There's the handshake. It's time to duel as we begin the 10th round of this tournament.
Oof.
Standby.
In standby phase, activate Molt Charming Perulia.
Molt Charming Perulia resolves.
So Perulia resolves. Looks like that was in draw phase or standby phase, presumably. Usually you do it in standby phase.
Start by activating Rahu Dracotail.
All right, so going right into the Dracotails here. Not going to special summon anything from the hand just yet.
Resolving Malulu.
So he's going to send Malulu from his hand. Lucius from his deck.
Summon Arthalion.
So now Arthalion's going to come down, add one of them back.
Arthalion
Then, of course, he's going
to
to be able to
Lucius.
set 2 spell
And then
traps from his deck.
Malulu to set and negate, and Lucius.
It's almost like we didn't lose the other 2 Malulus, right? You always have access to it with Rahu Dracotail.
So we're going to get a copy of Ketu that he'll be able to activate this turn.
Setting Kitu and setting Flame.
And getting
Choosing
Flame.
not to negate with Malulu.
Choosing not to negate with Malulu. I really appreciate, even if something is seemingly obvious, stating it.
Yep.
But as the quest continues here, looks like we're going to go ahead and fish out of the graveyard here. Our Dracotail Lucius, and immediately activating it. I think we're going to maybe fuse off the Fuwalos in hand there. It's not really doing a whole lot, so going to add the pan. Let's find out if Ronald agrees with me here.
Activate 5 mana.
Oh, we're going to Fimina. We're not going to... Okay, of course. So here comes Fimina. Where's the fusion? Oh, no. Okay, it's just more Dracotail names in the graveyard. Not a bad idea. And there's Secretarion.
Yeah, he needed the Fimena because the Ketchi's not able to...
Of course, since he doesn't control a monster.
But now he's gotten Secretary and Dragon down. That's certainly one of the pivotal cards in this format, especially in so many of the Dracotail mirror matches.
I'm going to go Secretary on Dragon, targeting the Malulu and the Lucius to summon one, put one on the bottom.
Seems like a pretty standard setup, practically uninhibited. And using the Secretarion to special summon the Lucius means you don't even get the draw off the Molt Charming Perulia since you didn't summon it from your hand.
Yep, and now that Lucius that had been sent to the graveyard previously for a fusion summon has never actually resolved its true effect when summoned, so now he's able to add a 5 mana for follow-up and honestly interruption more likely, quite frankly, on Timothy's turn. I love how Secretarian Dragon can basically inherently be almost a win condition in and of itself with its lockout effect, but also just adds to your board going forward. Sometimes cards do one or the other. They extend or they act as an end piece that locks your opponent out. This truly does both. So even in matchups where you're not going to be dealing with dragons and spellcasters, it often is an end piece on your field, even if you're not getting that additional bonus because of the ability to recycle cards from the graveyard, one into the deck, one to the field.
But it's also a good card when you're going quote-unquote blind first, because you don't know if you're going to be facing any dragons or spellcasters, but we're not here as we see backup Adagnister normal summoned.
I'll say, considering both of these players are 9-0 this weekend, it's probably likely that they're aware of what each other are playing.
Well, we certainly know how these strategies resolve as we see card add to the hand, a discard there of the Maliss P Dormouse, and now we are likely link summoning for Lingaribo.
Looks like he drew a wide array of those Adagnister cards.
Did see that yesterday. Normal summoning backup Adagnister does not feel good, but it doesn't mean the end of your game plan.
No response.
Nothing you can do there, so we are going to see the Wizard Adagnister onto the field.
It's going to bring back the Dormouse.
On resolution, I'll activate 5 mana.
So now in this point of resolution, we have 5 mana. Get rid of that Fuwalos, and it looks like an Urgula.
Arthalion, targeting these 2 to bounce to your hand, and chaining 2 Urgula to set.
Not a bad move considering that Timothy already used his normal summon.
You said target these 2?
Yep.
Yep, and he'll be able to now set presumably the 3rd trap or a piece of follow-up, whatever he feels like is necessary. He's going to go with the follow-up.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to play Dracotail Sting in a deck, or against a deck that likes having its cards banished. Not every card enjoys being banished, of course. The Adagnisters don't really have anything to say about that, but Sting, not necessarily as important as maybe the follow-up, at least in Ronald's mind.
I think the follow-up makes sense. He has 2 points of interaction with the traps. You don't want to assume you're going to draw. One, you don't want to assume the traps are going to resolve, right? There's lingering bonus.
Yeah, that's true.
2, you don't want to assume you draw into follow-up with those traps, so I think it makes a lot of sense. It's not like he's able to activate that this turn anyway.
But a little bit of breakthrough power here. The Maliss P March Hare banishing the Maliss P Dormouse, and now we're paying 300 life points, so we'll see the Dormouse hit the field anyway. I know there are a lot of people who always think that
Maliss.
Maliss is gone, but it's a really resilient deck, and it has a great community of duelists behind it that are just trying to push it to the next level, no matter how many cards it loses.
Yeah, I mean, and this is a hand that had triple Adding-Mister,
Banish
so
White Rabbit effect paying 300.
he's doing a really good job of forcing out some of the interactions,
six.
and then that Linkuriboh, I think, is a
Yep,
really
I'm
pivotal
assuming
piece of
for
his
it.
field right now.
Typically, you see the Fimena at
Summon
the end
White
of the
Rabbit
main
affects the
phase,
trap.
but I don't think Ronald made any kind of mistake. You really did need to get 2 monsters off the field before you saw a Link summon. Just unfortunate for him, the March Hare was already in hand and able to accomplish this much.
Yeah, it just shows you how much, granted March Hare has been around for quite some time now, but
Said
just how much
TB11.
March Hare modified what this deck could do.
Well, it no longer has to run the Bestial package, and you can
Thank
banish your own monsters without even having to wait for your opponent to summon on either turn. But now it looks like we're time for a Link summon. Eyeballing the Heart Scripter there, maybe going straight into the Link 3.
Very appropriate for
Link summon.
Valentine's weekend.
That's true, that's true.
Into Maliss Q Red Ransom.
Red
Search
Ransom.
spell.
Yep.
Would make sense to go into Red Ransom first to search his spell. It kind of just looked like Heart Scripter based on the color from there, but it makes obviously a lot of sense to go into Red Ransom, allow him to search a copy of. It looks like he's eyeing Maliss in the
Maliss
mirror.
No response.
Well, the negation power will certainly help. He may leave that
President
Linkuriboh
Rhino.
on the field as long as he can because it's so threatening to those Dracotail trap
Wizard
cards.
and
Mirror. Okay.
Definitely a different tempo to today's event. Yesterday, a lot of energy, a lot of duels in the room, but now we're just getting down to the last competitors in the
Activate
tournament.
back-
256
back
people still
insertion,
here, but only 8 will make the top 8.
Yeah, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but most of our public
Link
events
summon.
start, I think, close to 10 o'clock. Usually not so much at 9 o'clock, so these might
Summon
be the
Access
only
Code
duelists in the
Talker,
room right now
access code
playing.
effect to boost attack
That's
by
true
3,000.
on the first day, but I
Hang on,
believe they
resolution.
open up public
I'll try
events
and
pretty
more
much
target, yeah.
immediately once they
Okay.
get here because,
Summon Green
you know, there's a lot of
Yes.
duelists who are here and maybe they didn't make their dream of making day 2, but they could still win some fabulous prizes.
Oh, fantastic. Here we have
Activate
Access Code Talker.
Talker's effect. I'll banish Red Ransom and I'll pop the flame. Effective Red Ransom paying 900.
He may be just going
Yeah.
in for it right now, actually.
Yeah, you don't really need White Binder follow-up if your intention is
I
to
will
win with
summon
Access
and then
Code
I will
Talker,
banish
which
from
is
my
something
deck.
that this deck and many of the cyberspace strategies are still able to do.
Malice P Chessy Cat.
Yep.
Chessy Cat effect paying 300
Yep.
summon back.
No response.
I think it's really evident. I'm going to make the assumption that Timothy played Malice quite a bit in some of the months leading up to this event, even after the restrictions and after the banning of White Binder, because he's playing very flawlessly, kind of understood with this field to prioritize Access Code Talker. I imagine he's already done the math ahead of time with some of these plays, so
Certainly knows the ins and outs of this deck. And it is a deck that you have to play a
Activate
lot in
Jessica,
order to
effective
figure out
banish,
all
draw
of the
two.
different combo lines you have
Banish.
because your opponent is going to try to stop you at some point. So you just got to know what the backup plan
Malice
is.
in
But
here.
for Malice, the backup plan is just playing the deck more. Now we get the draw
Activate
2, though. I
Malice
did
in
see
here,
Amel
effects,
Charmy, kind of
targets.
useless at the moment, but
March Hare to banish.
Still hanging in there.
search.
he did get a Bestial, though, which could
You
be
already banished
valuable.
Dark, right? Correct. That was the banish off of access code.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about attributes, yes.
Oh, yeah, that's an important thing right there. You're talking about what has been banished. That Red Ransom on the field is on the field because it was banished via the Access Code Talker. So it is important to keep track of the attributes of the Link monsters because, you know, Access Code doesn't need to do its entirety of its effect all at once. It can be scattered out throughout the turn as you need. So it's important to keep track of the attributes that have been utilized.
definitely a great ace monster if I do say so myself, but not the only linchpin to the
just
strategy.
double
There's still a
March Hare
lot
plus 2
of
cards
distance
here.
we could go as we go
Wizard.
ahead
Yep.
and banish 3.
I think he's just revealing
Oh,
the
I
cards
see.
that have.
Okay,
yeah.
just the for knowledge.
Yeah.
Can I see your grave real quick?
Having White Binder flashbacks.
A little bit, yeah. Quick check to make sure there's nothing in the graveyard, which is an important thing to note.
I will.
So again, take a look at both graveyards here, trying to figure out what the next move is. Timothy, maybe you're overwhelmed with the range of options he has because he has plenty of cards there.
Enter
Looks like we're going to enter
Battle
battle
phase.
phase.
21 into 15.
You don't have the field spell. Oh.
It's this is the
yep,
one that
yep,
swaps.
okay.
Little clarification there that we're getting our power boost from Red
Should
Ransom,
be 600, I think.
as it is ransoming
thing
your
loses
attack and defense
attack,
stats.
100.
It is,
So,
yeah.
it's a
I mean,
29.
sometimes Secretarian can have
29
1,500
half.
attack.
Oh,
but
yeah,
that,
yeah.
that would take a lot of banished
So
cards.
it would be at
Oh, it's
14.
swapped.
Certainly
so it's
would.
714.
damage.
Yep, 700.
So I don't think we're going to close the duel out here, so Ronald's going to have to find a way to get back into the game, and maybe he will be able to do so if he's able to really push the limit of this newer version of the strategy, right? Relying on some of the Fall in the White cards, but we'll see if Fall in the White Dragon appears, or if he's just going to have to, well, shuffle things up for game 2.
How much is he?
I think there's a possibility that in main phase 2 we're going to see Link summoning, such that a non-dark monster gets into the graveyard to destroy the set Rahu with access code talker, because we know that that follow-up is there.
1 into Arth for 600.
Yeah, 29 into 25.
Or 29, yeah, so 4.
That is like something
23.
common to both of these decks. Both of these decks almost
Yep.
play with their hands revealed.
Thinking.
They search so many cards, they set cards that are revealed as they're setting them, whether it is with the Dracotail lineup of FX or with the Maliss P White Rabbit. So it's kind of an open book test.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I am seeing some big Link monsters. I think you're definitely right. As Timothy takes a look at that extra deck.
Link summon into Maliss Q Hearts Cryptor.
Yep.
There's the Heart Scriptor.
Activate Cryptor, targeting Malice in the Mirror, shuffle back and non-targeting banish.
Yeah, I guess this is
Are you
another way of
activating it on
accomplishing this.
summon? Are you using like play priority, or because I would like to activate? On
Oh
summon.
yeah,
Yep.
that's a trigger, so you trigger that first.
Trigger. Chain link.
So Chain Link 1 is going to be
Nurse-
Atholian. Good. Ronald to catch that
activate
because it is a
Cryptor.
trigger
Alright.
effect. But Chain Link 2
Banish the Rahu.
should go ahead and be Timothy's banishment there.
Yep, so one way or another, that Rahu was not going to remain there on the field, so it was a priority. Clearly, he wasn't able to maybe navigate another Link attribute.
Well, with no cards in the spell and trap zone and no cards in the hand, Ronald is relying on the top of the deck to save him from this.
Can I know cards in hand first? Wizard, double March Air. That's it?
Yep.
Okay.
And you know this is TB11.
Yep.
All right, Destiny draw. Ooh, I think I just saw an Ash Blossom Enjoy Spring.
Yeah, that's not going to do it.
Mayface.
Checks the graveyard, I guess, for an Urgula for Hope.
Mayface.
Yep.
I'm going to go Urgula, target the Lucas.
And that'll get it started if it resolves,
on
but we're
resolution.
going to have to find out as Urgula goes to the bottom of the deck for now.
Yeah, that's
Activate Marcher.
good for now, but now we're going to have the March Hair. That's going to banish the Red Ransom.
Summon. Effective Red Ransom paying 900.
Just good, solid gameplay, but
Summon.
it'll be interesting to see if Ronald can actually bring this all the way back. He's not at the precipice of losing this game, but anything getting stopped means he's just sitting on 3,000 attackers with 2,500 defense.
So now we see Red Ransom, White Rabbit hits the field. Now that's likely going to set.
White Rabbit on summon.
Yeah, and then on summon effects. Set
Yeah.
TPO7.
TPO7.
Which can be activated this turn.
And
It's
then
getting a little
you
difficult
are
for
gonna-
Ronald.
I'll activate Fallen White in hand.
Oh, it was Fall in the White, actually. It did look like an Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, but I guess the lighting was off there. We couldn't tell. So I talked about this earlier. Maybe Fall in the White Dragon is enough to get you back in here. So we send Ecclesia and the Dark Dragon to the graveyard, and we special summon the new Fallen of Albaz.
As I mentioned, though, one of the inherent weaknesses of incorporating the branded package is Bystials, which didn't line up particularly well against Dracotails, are potentially something that you're going to be able to actually use as a form of interaction from Timothy's side.
Yeah, the only dark really in the deck would be Dracotail Malulu, and the only light would be Dracotail Frixel, but adding a bunch of light and darks to your deck almost enables your opponent's plays if they have any Bystials, and we know they're in there somewhere, Timothy.
I think he has a Magnamut in hand, so it is, as we just mentioned, totally plausible.
Target the Secretarian.
Chin Magnamut. Target
Oh, there it is.
I was going to target this. Ecclesia?
Yeah.
That's fine. No response.
So now we see
effect on
Ecclesia
summon
banished. Now the Magnamut activates.
That's okay.
Poor Dark Dragon. That's not the Dark Dragon she was looking for.
You're 5K?
47.
47?
It is funny, years after the branded first were introduced and sort of that lore, that Bystials still
Hey,
shut them down.
it's part of the plot. This is a canon event. But now Ronald going into the deck, going to go ahead and summon Fallen of Albaz. Maybe the right fusion can get him out of this as he discards a Dracotail Lachias.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see maybe potentially Mirror Jade options.
But I think the
But
MTPO7,
problem
right?
here,
The
problem here is that if Fallen of Albaz isn't on the field, then it's not going to be resolving.
So to clue in some viewers, remember that Fallen of Abaz does fusion
Maliss P.
summon
Marcher,
cards
and
on the
I'll
field, but
banish
it does
Albaz.
include this card, Fallen of Abaz, and by using MTP07, you're going to add a Maliss card from your deck to your hand, and if you control a Link 3 Maliss monster, you are, of
We'll go
course,
next.
going to be able to
All right.
banish a card without targeting. So there's no fusion, so Ronald cleans up his cards, and we are friendly handshake.
I'll go
These
first.
duels are still, they're trying to win. They're not trying to be mean to one another, so great sportsmanship on display.
Stand by.
Yep.
Mayface.
Yep.
So looks like we're going to see a copy of Branded Fusion. What's interesting here is Timothy has a copy of Ash Blossom.
What's
I'm not.
Ash Blossom?
All right.
Yeah,
well,
there it
he's
is.
going to. I think you could argue
could
that
argue.
Ash Blossom can be held this format.
Into Impulse.
But
Not
I
if you
guess
got Dominus
not if you have
Impulse.
both. That's totally fair. Didn't see the Impulse. That
Ash,
totally changes.
Turn.
Oh, it totally changes it. Ronald is just stopped
Mhm.
dead cold. Looks like in the
Like this,
hand
yep.
I see
Set.
Fallen of the White perhaps? No.
normal
Ash Blossom
from
Joy
Maliss P. Jesse
Spring,
Cat.
so we'll see what he's able to do here.
Yeah, he's got Effect
Mhm.
Veiler, Ash Blossom,
activate
and
Effect
Fallen of
Banish, draw two.
Albaz. So this probably is going to be met by one of the hand interactions that he has. Copy of Ash Blossom.
No response. 2 in hand.
2 in hand.
Is it enough?
Yeah, is this one of?
TB11.
Yeah.
Banishing Maliss P. Jesse Cat.
No response.
So now we're going to
Maliss P. Dormouse.
get Dormouse onto the field.
Effective Jesse Cat paying 300.
That is an inherent strength of the fact that this is an all dark attribute deck, right? Having access to Dominus Impulse is incredible. We've seen what they've done for so many different decks, whether it's Lunalight, Mitsurugi, etc. Ronald does not have the same tools, right? Because there's so many different attributes for Dracotail, but maybe Fallen of Albaz is his friend, but maybe not in that form. I know a lot of duelists were thinking about cutting the original version of it. It's very strong for follow-up. It's not exactly as great for starting.
It definitely increases the ceiling
To Haggard.
of what your interactions
effect,
are,
banishing
but you're
Dormouse.
absolutely correct. The
Dormouse
liability of
effect,
drawing
paying
it
300, come back.
without any other meaningful starters, or at least, well, for what it's worth, starters were not a problem for Ronald. It was the fact that he needed the third starter here that made me
Set.
making him regret having that copy of Fallen of
Activate
Albaz
Dormouse?
in his
Yeah.
deck.
Just one card short, as the song goes.
Banish Maliss P. White Rabbit.
Mhm.
Effect to come back.
And now it's really just Timothy's duel to lose, right? You have almost an uninhibited
I'll
field,
link
though.
some.
He doesn't know about the Effect Veiler, of course, but he's able to get into the Link 3 all the
Maliss
same.
Q. Hearts Crypter.
Mm-hmm.
Attempt to enter battle phase.
Just doing a quick check of Hearts Cryptor.
And the main, I will attempt a Veiler.
Gorgeous Effect Veiler to the alternate art.
Okay. Still go battle?
Yeah.
Swing for 31?
Yeah.
Still battle phase? Activate MTP Banishing Cryptor.
Yeah, this is going to do it.
Oh,
and then
there's the
Cryptor's gonna come back.
handshake. Ronald knows this deck well enough.